my power cable, that'd be glorious. Ah! I'm alive! Hello! Right. So I'll do a test to do quickly. Sneak out. Hello, Simon. How are you, sir? Have a wave. Hello, Anthony. Hello, Kieran. Hello, Joe. How are you all? Sorry, I'm a bit late starting. I was watching Michael Patillo. So here we are. We're just starting the session off here. Now, fortunately, new arrivals means I've got some things with Rapido couplings again, or Arnold couplings, as I actually found they're called. And that means we can actually pull some freight trains. I want that one, don't I? We'll see the comments. So yes, hello, how is everyone? How is everyone? You marvellous people. Right. So we're going to set ourselves a little freight train up here. First thing to do is come and collect my new wagon that I got the other day. But I haven't actually run it yet. The most it's done is sit there. But I did say when the new D51 came that we'd give it a chance. So in trouble with this piece of track here is it's going a bit dead for some reason. Don't want to push the look too much. Oh. Oh dear. I don't know why you're derailing also, my friend, but you can pack it in. That was better. Right. Welcome out, right? Oh, nice one, Joe. Did the show happen you were getting ready for, or did it not in the end? That was good. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Kieran, and thank you, Anthony. Yes, so we've had a lot more trees. Some buildings have turned up, so I could actually plan and get a few more. I probably might order those this week, or perhaps wait to the end of the week. What's it? Yeah. End of the week is payday, so yeah, I'll wait till the end of the week and I'll get some more buildings, because I think I can fit some more in. We've got some more cars, we've got some Nissans as well. So I'll pop some further up here. So, new arrivals, obviously for those of you who don't know, there are another 20 Sakuras on here. Also the corner shop, the traditional leaves, a house of traditional leaves there. and roller on. So this wagon that's behind the locomotive over there, and indeed the locomotive itself, this new D51, it has an extra way of deflecting smoke, which is a big unit that goes around the chimney, and basically is a deflector that basically creates a wind tunnel around the smoke check around the chimney, and helps raise the smoke that way. Right, so next let's get the freight train behind this. Set this up. Do you guys know? Adding another part to come out. Yes, I saw that. That's cool. Are you doing that now? Yes, has anyone been working on layouts and things? Or we had to redo the stream on your layout? Oh no! What happened? Did the water go milky or something? Right. Let's get this freight train set up. Okay, where are you going? So looking for the other pack of those. What's fitted the nameplate? Nice one. I saw the picture of that one. For those that are familiar with seeing these wagons before, there's now another 4 as well. Superb. I'd actually like some more, I think. Right. So let's just stick the brake fan at the back and we'll get the locomotive back and pick these up. Oh. You're pleased to know, as I said in the post earlier on, that the 2 new engines are running already, so we don't need to watch them running. So yes, bring the D51 back. Okay. Interesting. not like running that direction at all. Right. Yes. So you can see once I'm out of the way, now I'm out of the way, you can notice this sort of block type thing on top of the chimney there, and that's the draft thing. It's still classed as a smoke detector. Yes. Okay, let's get our freight train underway. My second ever D51. Oh, come on. So there we go. So you can see it's got the usual features of working headlights at the front. You know, the usual level of detail we're used to with Kato models nowadays. It is, yes, it is indeed, Kieran. Well done, well remembered. And it can actually be controlled from the cab. There's a system of levers that goes back to a lever in the cab. You can actually control the amount the vent is open or closed by, like a set of blinds, essentially. And that, to my mind, looking brilliant. I love this train of green and black wagons with the train there. Yes. So yes, the two new engines are actually not. They are brand new, and they're new to me. They're new to. They've never been owned by anyone else apart from Kato, then the supplier, then the store over here, and then me. But no one's ever ran them apart from me. But as types of locomotive, they are not new to any of us here, because yes, this is a D51, you know, and the other one is a C11. But the C11 is quite an interesting one actually. I'll show you on camera whilst we watch the D51 go around. We will see this run next. There is the C11. So it's the standard 264 tank. Hopefully I've put it somewhere you can actually see. I think I have. Yeah, you can see it. It's exquisitely detailed. Absolutely superb little locomotive. And little is the word, because my other C11 is here. And this is the previous release of C11. And bunker to bunker. You can see just how big, or maybe need to come in a bit closer to see it properly. See see just how much bigger the old one was when they had bigger motors and that in them. I don't know if you can actually. Put them back here a bit. That. So I was wondering if that helped a bit. Yeah, you can just about see it there. That's good. Yes. Both of them got working front and rear lights. This one's got a much larger motor. The motor actually sits in the cab. If I hold it up to the cab, to the camera here, you can see the motor there sat in the cab through the windows. Now if I pop this over here, I'll pick this one up. You'll notice you can see straight through the cab on that one. So not only is it more true scale, to scale, it also has a much smaller motor in it, but it hasn't lost any of the power of the other one. It is such a wonderfully detailed little model, that. But yeah, so but what we might do is we might actually do a C11 double header at some point. But yes, so I didn't actually realise there was a new model out. I thought I had the latest model of C11, and then when I found out, I was like, well, I wonder how to get another one, because of course C11 is my prime, it's not actually up here, but my prime locomotive for the Happiness Line, the snow themed micro layout as I'm building. Yes, the D51. This is let's see we're here. The D51. Obviously, neither engine has its number applied. D51's numbers are as follows. I'll answer your question now, Simon. There are JNR 462s. In fact, there's one sitting on the layout. But yes, they didn't even turn up today. I just got a phone call saying there's the JNR 462 over there, the C59 sat over there, and I've got a C57 sat. Yeah, didn't even turn up today. Just rang up saying, oh, we're not going to be able to fix it today. And that's why. Oh, because we're a stand team, not a war team, and yeah, I went straight up to the store again and said, I was very good. I didn't yell at them, and I also didn't make the store person feel that big, because it's not their fault at all. But I said either Currys needs to come and fit it today, sort out and fit it today, or they can have it back. You can have it back and give me a refund for it. And it's actually the latter is what's going to happen. So yeah, you and my glasses can't see. Well, don't worry, we'll see the C11 later on the Steve shop. So yes, my choice of numbers is 125. What's that? 125. Yeah, 125, 165, 522, and 893. My choices of number for this D51. So I will select one. I think I like 893. D51 893. That sounds good because it gets it out of the 200s range, which is obviously where D51 200 is. Two hot shocks, yeah. So yeah, the whole thing's just going, and because you see, I mean, I can't access my PC at the minute, and it's actually holding up some work I need to do for work because the little service thing I've got is rubbish, and it'd just be quicker to do it on my computer, my own personal computer. But I can't get to it because the box is sat in the way, and you know, I can't play any games with my brother or anything like that, and that's bothering me as well because you know, we're playing a campaign, we're playing a Total War campaign, and we want to get on with it and stuff, and just can't at the minute. So yeah. They just give you the number, I'm afraid, Anthony. I would love a story behind the number. What I will do is I will search, when I can get on the computer again, I will search my archive of saved pictures of JNR locomotives not in action. And if I've got a photograph of one of them, then it'll have to be that one, because I can go, look, I've got the picture. But in some cases they will tell you which lines the locomotives ran on. Because sometimes a modification like this smoke detector on top of the chimney here would be unique to just one route. A bit of an example here, C62. Currently they do two C62s. One is for the Sakura line, which is where my fictional Sakura Densha here is based on the Tokyo to Kura, you know, like tertiary route. That engine is a 464. It's a big Baltic locomotive, tender engine. In fact, one of those, actually C62-17, holds the speed record for narrow gauge steam at a whopping 80 miles an hour. But when you're on 3 foot 6 inch gauge track, that's going some, in my opinion. But yes, so big engine and a standard class. But the core version has a single headlight, like the D51 here does, like everything else you see on my layout does. I don't think I've actually got anything with. But they do another version, and on the top of my head, hang on a second, I can't recall, so let's go check my emails. The Banatu line has got a high intensity headlight on it as well, secondary to the main headlight. And they've actually wrapped into the details, so you get an idea of where these engines actually worked. Which is pretty cool. So you can start to build up a history. But I'm happy to say, by the way, that C62-17 is preserved over in Japan at the Shinkansen Museum. I would like to go and see it. That's one of the engines I'm going to have to make a beeline to go and see, just because, you know, I've seen Mallard, the fastest standard gauge steam engine in the world, and to see the fastest narrow gauge one in the world would just be like, wow, I've seen both of them. This is actually really cool, and it's a really cool museum as well. So you know, I see pictures. But yes. But I do love the fact that in theory you could buy 4 copies of the same locomotive. So you could buy 4 of those and get have a different one every time from the same model, just changing the number. Imagine if they did that for some of our other models in the world. The Märklin ones, for example. If they gave you a pack of numbers, just to choose and slot in. Or the Hornby ones, again. You know, black 5s. Imagine that. Black 5, number, pop it in, job done, you can have any one you want. C-Class on the ship today. Sorry to hear that, Simon. Hopefully it does get shipped soon. I'd go to Shinkansen Museum and want to see the Series 0 Dr. Yellow train. Ah, Dr. Yellow, yes. I would like the model of the Series 0 Dr. Yellow Shinkansen. There's a program I've watched, and it's just I like to try and collect the trains that were on that program. And that one is one of them. Actually, it's in the very first episode. But yeah, so we'll let this one go around a little bit more. And then we'll take a break of new things and we'll run something like the Panda Kuroshio. In fact, we will run the Panda Kuroshio rather than something like it. Yeah, I'm hoping it really looks. Oh yeah, I bet. I'm looking forward to seeing it myself on you working on your layout. Well, you know, having a good run. The 521 series EMU, unfortunately, did have to go back in the end. There's just nothing I could think of to fix it. The gents at Train Tracks had a think, and there's nothing he could think to suggest it. It was the case; it had to go back. Unfortunately, Kato themselves are sold out of these things. There is zero chance of getting another one, basically. So, yeah. So that's fun. But I think I've spotted a different colour of the same class on his site, but they don't do that one anymore. I think it may be the only one left of that one. So I might try for another one of those as a replacement. But yeah. Yeah, so I don't like having to admit defeat and send things back. Like the F200 it had a bit of a funny thing about it, but you know, it now works fine. So yes, we'll run the Panda Kuroshio a bit. And of course we are expecting the Cassiopeia at some point. A 12 coach set with a locomotive at the front, 13 vehicle train. Be the longest to ever run on Sakura Densha. Currently that title is held by the Twilight Express Mizukati. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And also the Thunderbird set. Now, unlike in this country, in the UK folks are used to the Thunderbirds and the rescue trains that go out and rescue trains like a Thunderbird did. You know, rescue things, didn't they? This is a Thunderbird service. It is just the name of the just the name of the train, just the name of the service. But yeah. So I'm awaiting those, but they're on the boat from Japan, and obviously with the current. As you're probably sick of hearing everywhere else, and I'm not gonna bring it up again, but you know, due to current circumstances, things are taking a bit longer. So yes, we'll have to await those when they arrive. Then it goes quiet again for a bit until September time. So end of August. Yeah, it'll be October. Probably October as these things start to come through. But a bit different to the C50, this, isn't it? But that's something I want to point out, folks. Now, I don't know how many of you watched my streams on various YouTube channels. I know Joe, if you're still here, you did. You watched quite a few of these ones as well, where I had 00 locomotives fail on me. I had them short out track. I had them not work. This is brand new engines and that. Some of you may remember it back even further, and you'll remember the review I tried to do. Well, not really reviews, but just a quick look at some of the items I had in British Engage, including a grain which had to go back to rails because it was completely faulty. And me phone's now complaining about no battery because you didn't plug it in, you nonce. Plugged in now. I'm just going to point out now that in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, including that unfortunately unit 14, 15, in 15 running motorised pieces of stock, to include the units, because we can't call them locomotives, one has had to go back due to being unrepairable. In 15 motorised pieces of equipment. This is why I do Japanese. Yeah, we should stock. I think it came in Thursday, Friday. I hope they get this week. I'm sure. I reckon. I mean, they're pretty good. Rails are pretty good at getting things out. I mean, Rails is where this came from. Their eBay store. The C59. Oh yeah, giving it 3 of them second hand as well. 4 of them second hand. At least 4 of them second hand. The F70 ones as well. You know, yes, one of them went, but it was just a dodgy solder connection. I mean, the model itself is ancient and sat in a blooming warehouse for most of its life till it reached me. So, in Dale sort of area, you know, where it's humid all the time, so that can't do any much good. But now it's repaired and working again. But yeah, no, I reckon you'll probably be Monday, Tuesday dispatch. I bet it Monday, Tuesday. But yeah, that fine locomotive. What I do need more gentle curves, because these D51s, they'll go round. I mean, D51 200, my other one, it does seem to be a lot happier these days. But actually, I tell you what. No. Before the end of tonight, because when I take this off, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to choose a number for it and do a bit of work with it. But I'll fit the Kato knuckle to the front bogie of this one. Leave the repeater at the back, the armor couple at the back, and we'll do a D51 double header, which would be pretty cool. We're back. Okay, Simon. See you in a moment. But I'm assuming, I mean, Anthony, that must be one of the reasons why you do making, am I right? Is, you know, when you open that box, there's going to be a quality product inside. It's going to meet a certain standard. You know, and if it doesn't, they sort of move hell and high water to make sure they get something to you that does. Okay, it's sorted out. That's my experience thus far with these guys, and that's the ultimate thing. If they can't sort it out, like this 521 class, then it's a no quibble refund. But yeah, absolutely, you know. But yes, so yes, they all run okay in one direction or the other, but then you end up in a situation where, like this one, if it goes that way at all, it seems, around the corners, either in forwards or reverse, it derails. This is why these corners are too tight, really, for D51s. And as soon as I can get a bigger layout put in here with some bigger corners, then I'll be able to run things like D51 a lot more frequently. Kieran asks, is that a pink coach or a pink single car DMU? It's a single car DMU, and it does look pink. I've got to say, I'm looking at the image here on my iPad. It looks pink. It's actually red. Let me bring it closer. This is a limited edition 6000 series DMU with the Girls and Panzer the film wrapping on it. So you got, let's try and get me out the light. So you've got different characters from the anime, the tanks on it there. On the other side, you've got 2 big pictures of the tanks. This one's unpowered, but I have got on order the 6000 series DMU to go with this, so we can just link it up together and actually run that. But I thought it was a shame not to have it on display, so I stuck it in the yard over here. Not had anything not running great out of the box. I brought one Loco which had a bad bogey. That's still a cool car. It's amazing. Oh, absolutely will do. Absolutely will keep it safe. I'd like its sister. There's another one to go with it, which had the series wrapping on it. And that one, I know someone who's got one, and I know for a fact he will never part with it. Unfortunately for me. But I would like the other one as well, because they actually run together as a unit. And what I'd do is the motorised one that's coming, I'd swap the body off it onto one of these. But yeah, exactly there. You know the quality it's going to be coming to you. And if you ever did get it, you'd be like, you would know instinctively, hang on a minute, this is out of the ordinary, this isn't the normal stuff, this isn't going to put me off buying their product in the future. But yes. Oh, absolutely, sir. I will do that. Give him a shot to give a salute across the layout there. But no, absolutely adore this. Right, what we will do now though is we will bring this D51, this lovely D51, to a standstill. Gently coming in there. To a gentle stop. I find it helps when cutting repeater cutters to actually put some, make sure you push the train backwards a little bit to get some slack in the coupling. Right, we'll put these freight cars to one side so I can just pick them up again in a bit. Now, freight cars, you're modern in Japanese and you're British. That's because the Japanese do refer to them as freight cars. But they don't, but they're passenger coaches. So they've mixed British, European and well, British and American terms. Next time you see this D51, it'll have a number on it. Hopefully in its front Kato coupler, allowing it to couple to the rear of D51 200. So we say goodbye for now. Okay, Joe, thanks for coming along. Take care. See you another time, hopefully. Right. Under Kuroshio, Smile Adventure Train. And this, of course, is Atomics. So yes, one of those 15 is actually Atomics. So 14 plus this. Right, that one went that way, so I'll send this one this way. There's the Series 287. So we'll let the passengers board it whilst doing that lovely thing, keeping the lights on, thanks to the SX controller. And while they do that, I'm going I'm going to have a drink himself, I think. And take it away. Now, I don't know who was here last time I mentioned, but I was a bit of a tearaway spender the other day, and I spent a whole £15 on a bus that's actually decorated. It's the partner to the Panda Kurashio here. It's decorated the same way the panda on the front and the animals down the side. And it's when the train reaches the station, it's the bus that then takes you to the adventure park, the wildlife park. It's pretty cool. I was like, I can't not have that. There's some more fun, some rocket there going to good use. If I stand far away, it's because I'm standing within his room. Because if I stand closer, you get the big shadow across the layout, and I don't want to do that. Dear. Right, so let's try and get this number sorted out. Right, so. Box. Peppers. I've heard looking at locos on places like Hattons or Rails or anything else. Yes. Then you can stop doing that for a start. All evening. This is the night of not having a desk. Thoroughly irritating. Be very careful and do it here. So do I, Kieran, hence the C-class, yes. Well, our mutual friend has had a bit of a hammering, Simon. Today as well, actually. I needed some feeling if I knew that was the only thing that was going to make me feel better. Okay, so here we are. No, that's fine. Good. Good. I mean, I do want to say, I mean, that's why I do Japanese, because it hasn't let me down. I know my experiences with with it all and not the same as a lot of other people's experience with UK stuff. Oh, sweet. Oh. Oh no, there it is. There it is. I don't think we can put that on, can we? If we're using that. That's a shame. Oh well. That's it. Print it out. And then blink, blink. That's the one. That slots into the front bogey. No, this one is a little bit optical. Oh. Hi Kyle, hope you're well. So we'll start running high. Yes, that happens too easily. If it is my row room, communicated lights that goes on top. Oh, nice one! Nice one. Right, so now I need to get this piece out of there. So I can get rid. I'm not sure that was the time before, but right. Oh. Right, you're going to see the 51 again actually for a minute. I'll just pop it there. So, because something fell down here, isn't it? Sure, I saw something fall down there. Good photo, how's everyone? I'm good, thank you. Yeah, we've actually got a switch spot line rather than sticking out a sort of flustered on the internet. Ah, nice one. I mean, layout sounds to be trained of them. What sort of layout sounds would they be then? Like bird song, that sort of thing? Right. Oh, it does indeed. Right. Oh, crikey, box. Oh, happening. Right. That's one in. There's another one down here somewhere. Right. Two in. Alright. Doing well. Doing well. Rural Spring Sound, Morning Sounds of Heroes, and May order the stained glass windows, Metcalfe's Church from. Oh, nice one! I tried to get some sounds from Germany, 1970, which is both in train sounds. This is before decoders and stuff in trains. Yep, they do some nice ghost signage too. Ghost signage? What's ghost signage? Forgive my ignorance. Yes, I would like to get one of the Kato sound boxes because I can get like D51 sounds and stuff. I mean, what I'm actually thinking of for a bigger layout is a bigger version of Sakura Densha in some ways. Looking at the sort of outskirts of Tokyo as opposed to more in it where I was going to try and do before. That's going to have to wait for another layout entirely. But I've got an idea of what I want to do now. But yeah, single line working to get a much bigger corner in. There we go. Also transfers that you can use on buildings that are... Ah, nice one! He has one... okay, there's some like in town, which is pretty cool. I brought the also as well then 009. Oh, go on! Tell us more. Tell us more. You can't leave us like that now. Come on. Go on now. Right. I don't actually believe there's any other details to go on that, but that's now got a number on that engine. Let's have a look what else I've got here. I've got snowplow, which I can't fix. Yeah. And the other thing is the rear Kato coupler, which I'm going to leave off for now. So we can double head it and that'll be pull freight with this one. Under 7. He did finally get him now, I'm afraid. Sorry, spoiler alert. How's the new studio working for it? Oh, it's working splendidly, thank you, Kyle. The C50? Yeah, absolute top-notch stuff, that one. As are these, there are 2 new ones in front of you as well. But I realised you came in a bit later on. That is this D51 here. and this C11 here. They are both new to the railway. Now I've just fitted back those details, I'm quite pleased. Let's do that, so... Actually, I haven't fitted any numbers to the C50 yet, to be honest with you. Yeah. I don't want to try and do too much. I won't fit any to the C11. I took a risk with the D51. We lost bits for that one, so I already did that one. Was it? Oh, it was 008 was the baddie, wasn't it? The one that became the baddie. Sean Bean that became the baddie in Golden One. I might do one of those micro overlays. Oh, nice one! Nice one, looking forward to it. Can I recommend Engage? Right. Anyway, talking to C11, it's time to put it on because it hasn't had any limelight yet. So that's this one here. This is the older model, by the way, Kyle. The one behind it. Oh, excuse me. Not thought of that. Demotion. Number. Better. Thank you very much, Anthony. Good to hear. I'd love to order some Japanese models, but I'm still waiting on some US dealers to come out. And thank you, Kieran. Yes, well, it said the HO stuff. There's some really. It's not Kato. It's someone else. It's a company that don't produce N. I don't believe. But they do C62, D51, I think they do a C57 as well. Or might be Kato to do a C57. I don't know. All I know is when I originally looked at doing HO Japanese, they were very expensive. So it's your warning. It's not as cheap as the lovely Engage models are. Oh, here. Oh, thank you, Carl. You know what he hasn't done again, ladies and gents? You know what he hasn't done again? He hasn't taken his allergy pill. He's been here, there and everywhere today. Test drove the car today. Ultimately decided I'm not going to go with it. Very nice vehicle. Found it a bit skittish. Along the same piece of road I've just driven my current car along, and I was not too keen on because it's a bit higher up as well. But yeah. And that was another Volvo, so that's the only Volvo I actually kind of like. So I am gonna have a look elsewhere because I would like some features such as built-in GPS and that sort of thing. You know, like say going somewhere new in Lincolnshire, I can point myself in the direction of Lincolnshire for the most part, but it's the closer to bits at the end of the journey usually. So yes, that's something else I'll do. Right. Now, here is something I don't do very often. That went that way, so we're going to do it that way now with this one. Here's something I don't do very often, and that is we're going to run a train that I saw in a video. And it involves a C11. Yes, here is the... Oh! Let's not drive it up the ramp, let's drive it off the ramp, shall we? Much more in keeping with the layout of that engine, isn't it? This definitely is a layout for smaller locomotives. Though, you know, some big ones run fine. They've got 6 couple of wheels, they're absolutely fine. But some of these big ones don't like it. So, let's we need some cars that we haven't seen for a while. It's going to be a mixed train. I don't actually like using these. The C11 is 264, my wiki right? It is indeed a 264 tank, yes. So this is Plato's latest iteration of the C11, and I think it's one of the most beautiful models I've ever seen. Right up there with the C50. But yes, something I'm not entirely sure of why they did it this way, but this is just usually the way they did it in Japan. A mixed train, in most of the videos I've seen, the freight cars are actually leading. They're the ones behind the locomotive, and then it's the passenger coaches. And I've seen this formation with two of these style of coal car with two of these longer coaches behind it. So we are actually recreating a formation that was once seen. It has actually been captured on a film as well, which is pretty cool. So this is a train that was caught on a film in the late 60s to early 70s. Because as I pointed out previously, have you seen that model? How many do you? Oh, how many engines do I have? Hang on, minus 2. 13 locomotives. That's a lot. That's not enough, but that's a lot. Yes, and I've only just started duplicating. Adriatic style. Which one was they painted to Thomas Stone? That's a C12, that is correct. That's also a 264 tank. Most immediate noticeable difference to my eyes is the fact that the C12 doesn't tend to have smoke deflectors, whereas the C11 tends to. That's just something I've noticed. So yeah, we're going to bring this one back down. And couple, this is the first train it's pulled. As I say, I ran everything in earlier on because I didn't want to bore you all rigid with that again. Use this speed. There we go. Oh, that's fine. Back trucking them properly. That's right then. Okay. So again, we're going to let passengers board. C11. I know they've done a C11. They might have done a C12 afterwards. Then, sorry, the C12 is the one currently running with the set. But yes, the easiest way to remember is very much like the European style of things. C is 6 driving wheels. So like a Bully Pacific is a, what was it, a 2C1, isn't it? Is it its number? Is it beginning its number? Southern number? Well, 2 because of 4 wheels at the front pony truck. European and that they look at the wheels you can see rather than the complete set. So 2, C for 6 driving wheels, gets a letter to tell you which ones are powered, and then then 1 just for the pony truck behind the main wheels of Pacific. I'll get this treadmill and I'll take my blasted pill. Don't Thomas, they're hungry and I think they do. I'm not entirely sure on that one. But yes, let's get underway with C11. Has yet to be numbered, but it's first ever train it's pulled. This one's a little bit grumbly, but it's alright. Go back and look around online, probably the Japanese models, and see if there's another model that I've been waiting for. That's right, okay, absolutely, I've seen a bit. Kyle. Now that is another set. This is like watching the C50 go around. Now the audio is awful on the video because it's been taken off a VHS. You got like the crackling of the VHS tape in the background. You know, if you used to take your home recorded ones. But there's a video on YouTube called "The Steam Locomotives of Japan." Go look it up. You'll see the clip with this consist in it. Well, thank you there for posting the link to it there. Oh, I can click it. And there's Thomas. Yes, they did do two. I remember now, yeah. I wonder which one they used. Oh, it was 227, which is kind of funny because that one is number C11227. So we've already got Thomas, it's sitting there, just in black. But I do intend to get the kit you can get to go on top of the C11 chassis. I believe it needs this older chassis rather than the newer one. If it needs a new one, then I'm not doing it. To create the Japanese Thomas. How long have we been going? Oh wow, we've gone to the first hour then anyway. Right, time to have that drink, and then take the pill and have more drink. That's smashing. But yeah, again, something I'll do once I can actually get to my computer is design a bigger layout. Well, lay out with bigger corners. You know the room like the Eskdale Railway? It did indeed, yes, because that was the source, that's where I first began my actual dislike for Fred Dibner, was involving those engines. It's when the veil of many years growing up and really enjoying watching his programmes was suddenly lifted and I saw him for what he was. Hey Kat, you already know that one of my favourite things, so that's all something else I've been on the scene. I didn't actually know. And it's kind of an amusing story because Jerry numbered that engine. Jerry Satorelli chose the number for that locomotive. And it worked really well for me because when I was at Shackiston, we have a class 37 diesel there, which was 37227, so it was a nice little link for me. I really liked it. Jerry chose it. Boom. So no, that's pure coincidence, that one. But yes, that is awesome that we do actually have one. I give that a little like there. Come on. Yay! Can I hold it down and give it more than a like? No. Okay. But yes, that's pure coincidence. But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I may have this lovely new model, but that is also a lovely model. And that will still get run as much as this one. But yes. But I'll go into a bit of detail there. Basically, he went on the Ravenglass Eskdale Railway. Eskdale. I keep saying Eskerdale, it's Eskdale. Railway, which is a lovely railway. But him and a gentleman he was talking to, they were talking about these 15-inch gauge locomotives for Japan, and they were talking about the guys came out to the temple in traditional dress, and they had some of the drums and stuff. Stuff like traditional things, and it was blessed and that sort of thing. And basically, Fred was taking the mick out of it all, taking the absolute piss out of it, and I thought, right, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Not just because it's Japanese. Actually, that's before I even modeled Japanese railways. But that was, I'm done with you. Because if that had been something British, a British tradition or something like that, he'd have been all over it like hotcakes. That just proved just because it was foreign, it was automatically to be mocked and that, and I just like, no. Sorry, we're not doing this with you anymore. But yeah, basically, that's that then. Yeah. 31227, nice one. I see 227 must be a thing, number 227. Hello, Andy Cummins. How are you, sir? Sorry to come in mid-rant about Fred Dibner there. And it's not really something to say he was of his era. Because there are plenty of his sort of age that can now show some basic respect for other cultures. And welcome back, Simon, and welcome back, Kyle. So you join us now. Say we're recreating a prototypical train. I have a piece of footage in the part of the program. I have. It's also on YouTube. Steam Locomotive of Japan, and you can see it's very consistent with a C11 tank engine, 2 of these actual pattern coal cars, and 2 of these pattern coaches actually in operation. I say it's really strange to my mind. A mixed train, the freight usually goes at the back of the train, passengers first, freight second. But this seems to be more common in Japan of running the freight ahead of the train. May have had something to do with where it needs to be shunted out. You know, because you imagine you get to where you need it to go, siding here maybe, cut the thing forwards, cars into the siding, out, pick up the train, off you go. You don't have to run around or anything like that. So maybe it's something to do with that. Were you successful, Carl? Did you find anything? I'll try and have the name of that company for you for next time. It does the HO, the C62s and stuff like that. Sugarman did have, he has got their C62-2 model. Which is nice. 2 Japanese models, 1 electric unit. Yeah, I'll give you I'll try and find the name of this. I'll either send you a message or I'll let you know on the stream. Or both. You know, but that comes fully DCC sound and all the rest of it. They are very, very high quality models. I'm actually thinking about doing it and just getting one, a D51, if I can get D51 200 in HO. And then if I go to a friend's house and they've got double O layout or HO layout as opposed to my N gauge, I can at least take something to run. It's still Japanese. Very interesting trains in the UK and around the world. Like Shiganza Dushan's and many more. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the world's too big and too varied and interesting to be so wrapped up in one little piece of rock. It's between the North Sea and the Atlantic, the way I see it. Or any country for that matter, you know. I mean, America, for all its size, is still tiny compared to the vastness of the world and all its cultures and everything. And you know, why shut yourself off to it? Why not, you know, develop your mind, enjoy. Just enjoy, relax. We'll all get on a lot better if we're just a lot relaxed. Stop getting het up over everything. Anyway, I find it overwhelming. I think I'm happy knowing what I do about Germans and call it good though. I learned a few UK types. Yes, that's the other thing though. You've learned a few UK types, but the way I see that is the way you do it is the right way. You know your little bit. That's what keeps you happy. That's fantastic. But like now, you're learning a bit of Japanese stuff there. You're seeing these trains that you probably wouldn't have seen otherwise at all, maybe. Conversely, I'm seeing some engines on your layout I would never have seen otherwise. I mean, I do have an interest in German trains. but I don't know anything near about them as much as you do. The steam engines, different story maybe, but but yeah, but you know, you're willing to look at these other ones. Now, I know people. In fact, I've had emails of people, and I had my email active for the old YouTube channel. You know, that were asking me why the hell, as a British person, I was modelling something from one of our former enemies. Accusing me of being a fascist and all sorts. You know, it's like, you know, it suits you. You can spot that sort of behaviour, but you're not spotting it, are you? But yeah, you know, I just think we need to calm down a lot and just be kinder to each other. You know what I'm saying? We're all people. We all have as much right as anyone else. But anyway, we're here for trains. It really is. You, Anthony, and many others be thinking our country got to know some other countries. Fantastic. Well, you've already got some American ones, which is really cool. So I can give you a link as well. I'll mention your stream. I'll send Carl a message. I'll mention your stream as well, where these Japanese locomotives come from. The HO ones. Well, probably not. I've seen various Japanese bullet trains, so learning a bit here. Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, it's like I never heard of the rail jets, the Austrian or Czech rail jets, until I saw yours, and now I am right with you. I think the Austrian railjet has to be one of the most beautiful train sets, yeah, consists ever created in that red and black. Oh, it just looks gorgeous, and I would never have known that a lot of them play musical notes with the ones named after composers. Actually, the horns can be a section of one of their works, which is just fantastic. And the fact you can actually get that in model on the DCC sound, it just blows my mind entirely, you know. So, yeah, I think we can all learn from each other, can't we? We really can all learn from each other and build ourselves as people. That old Star Trek thing of, the betterment of yourself. It's not a bad idea. H1, excellent. Oh, Kieran. I'll get you into Japanese Engage one day. I joke. No. I think, Kieran, you're in the same boat I am with this. I've now got way too much of this stuff not to carry on doing it. You've got way too much 00 stuff not to do 00. But, yes. Rules are made to be broken, I guess. I was never going to have a steamer, then Joyce decided she wanted a quality Christmas train, so now I have a steamer. I was never have a freight, but Joyce says I need a freight. Now I want the Horby Beatles Eurostar. Oh, well, I can understand because you're quite a big Beatles fan, I understand, so yes. And it does look awesome, and with Hornby's current quality of printing and everything, it will look fantastic. Hornby do a very good job these days, generally speaking, of getting some good models out. And the model itself may not blow your socks off, because the Eurostar, if it's what I'm thinking of, it's the same model that's been around us for as long as I can remember, looking at Hornby catalogues, but hey, it runs. I believe it has lights anyway, so And yes, I love your steamer, your BR01. Oh, the German steamers are wonderful. I mean, I've still got mine. I've got my BR78 and its coaches, and that's a Baltic. I'd like to think to get a couple of loads in Engage too. Oh, nice one. Well, I could recommend a website to you, Kieran, if you're interested in Japanese Zen. I can recommend a website to you if you'd like. Just let me know and I'll send you let me drop a message sometime. Are you a Beatles fan as well then, Simon? See, I'm one of those Brits that I can take my lead. The old song was pretty good and quite catchy, and but I'm not a huge fan. It was, I've stood at, is it Strawberry Fields, the road, or Strawberry Lane or something like that. Penny Lane. It's Penny Lane. Yeah, see, it's just how good I am. Not sure if it's Penny Lane. I think I stood at the end of when we went to, because my mum went to university in Liverpool. A long time after the Beatles. The Falklands War was going on when she was at university, so that's when. Because when they were waiting for the bus in the morning, the local milkman had gouty areas of fairies on his milk float. But yeah, so we did see some of the Beatles sites were pointed out to us and stuff. But it was sort of like, wow. I mean, you know, I may not be a fan of them, but you know, I'm a fan of the music. But I could appreciate, like, wow, actually, this is the real place that they sort of sung about or whatever. And then my friend Tom, he was in his family there, his dad and that, they were absolutely mad on the Beatles. And I can, yeah, you know, each their own. I probably like a lot of things that other people can't stand, so I don't know if I can't stand the Beatles, but it's not my choice to listen to. Yeah. Well, hopefully Kato could come out with mine and Engage, because they do the Euro stuff, don't they? Well, Chris, I've enjoyed it, but now getting hungry. If you still want to get back, I'll hop on again. Okay, Carl, thanks for coming along. Enjoy your food. And if you hop on again later on, if we're still on when you come back, then do let us know what you had. That's the rules. Ah, that just looks splendid. What a model. I mean, Kato knocked it out of the ballpark again. They really have knocked it out of the ballpark again. Oh yes, I idolise the Beatles, will always be my favourites. Now, I do not really like Elvis, but I respect the influence and change he brought, so I get what you're saying. Yeah, basically that's exactly where I am. I'm not a big fan of Elvis either, to be honest. Yeah, so you wanted to, Anthony, you could get another Steam logo, could double header as a Christmas one, be used throughout the year. Oh, that'd be awesome. Can I recommend a BR50? Or 52? Equivalent to the D51, you know, it's one of those got everywhere engines. Alright, here we come. Next stop. So dark blue should go down. I resist. It knows it is. What man or express? I resisted. Just Pink Floyd too. You see, again, another one I'm not massively into. But again, my friend's family were. I don't know. I mean, Bowie. Got any Bowie fans here? I like his music. It's hard not to. The dog. No, it's a glorious world. Look at all these steam engines you can enjoy. Hang on, I think we need to help Anthony out here. Oh, you've not broken ground for a little bit, have you? I'm sure you've seen this before, Anthony, but he's right, there's sirens now. But the power of German steam compels you. I don't mind running that in a bit if you'd like to see it run. But first off, right away. A little bit harder acceleration cutter. Yes, act. It is dark. Once I break the rule, I could go insane. Oh, well, absolutely join us in the insanity. Come join us. Come and join us. Get a sense now. Looks like a diesel with a surgical steam board. Yes! Right. Now Numpty is actually going to have that pilly still I still haven't had. Oh, and then we'll get ready for our double header. Or would you like the C59 next, then the double header? You'll see the C59 sitting very nicely over there in the siding, and then that will go the other way, then yeah, and that works out nicely. I'm not complaining about taking bills, by the way, because some of them take far more than my holiday. The stores don't rattle. There we are. Taken. Good film, that. Oh, it's free parking, that one. I mean, that's nothing where the other C11 sitting is going to be someone's house at some point. It's doing some brushing a duck. It's coming to breakfast. Is it duck? No, duck is a close shave, and Tom's comes to breakfast. When he decides he doesn't need a driver. This is one of the main things I want with the bigger layout here, is at least 2 platforms, so I can leave a train running and setting the train up in the platform. Yes, it does. these two are the last on the side. This D50, that D51, this C11, are the last two. The last ones of their type on the side. That's the only downside. The only thing I will pick up fault with K24 is they do such incredibly short production runs of things comparatively. The Hornby ducks are hard to find now. I bet they are, yes, I bet. Right. So this turn round, we will stop the C11 and take it off the tracks. And then I'll set up a train for the C11 to pull. Which will have to be the Yamaguchi service actually. So the Yamaguchi coaches have to be used. And there we go. Lovely. So bear with me, folks. Siding would be good as well. Good ideas. I can't actually do anything about it. I can't wait to be able to do it till Wednesday. So I'm going to pick up this TV is on Wednesday. It's usually the earliest. I don't know if it sparks, so I need Sparky. Oh, nice one. Oh, Christ. And that's gone right down the side of that TV. Oh! Wish I'd never gone in that day. Stayed here. So yes, Kieran, you were asking about Pacifics. Let's run my current largest Pacific. What did you just let slip? Anything? No, I don't think you did. I'm going to use the Marklin term for it. But you Era 6 fans, watch this space. Okay, there'll be something to cater for you. Not tonight, necessarily. Unless we're in the twilight. Who knows at this stage? But there will be something to cater to you. Actually, a couple of things, quite a few things to cater to you folks. Very soon. So watch this space. We're dreaming, right? I had a dream that Australian Sunoco number 3 for some reason it was flying in the sky. What did you have for dinner? Did you eat cheese? You ate a lot of cheese before you went to bed, a lot of sweets. Right, so there we are. Let's get this out of the way before it runs into it. Right. So here comes the C59 out the siding. And coupled to a train. Yes, you read that right. Excellent. Madness is fun, Kieran. It doesn't never end good. Right, so here we go. So that's the C59 there. Rounding the bend to the station. So this is my biggest 462 currently. Oh, it's my biggest 462 I think in the period. Because next one is the C62, which is a Baltic, not a 462, it's a 464. So, but my other 462 is C571, which is this one here. Oh, try not to do that so I can put some light over it. Yeah. There we are. And those are my two Pacifics. Pacifics. Sorry for the shaky hands there. Yes. I like the diamond drop is happy. Yes, same here. The more extended one. You'll find the other D51, which I think is a November thing, so it may come in December. You'll find that quite interesting. The dome comes from behind the chimney, sort of right back to here. It's one continuous thing. Looks streamlined in many respects. I can't even see my chair. Why am I going to keep whinging? Something we Brits do well, it's whinge. I'm just playing like that train. Thank you, Anthony. Yes, it is gorgeous, isn't it? And you're a poet and you weren't aware of the situation. I'm glad saying symptoms is something else. Oh dear, yeah. But yes, the steam engines do now outnumber the diesels and electrics once more. Well, I do have a dream of a layout that will, when eventually one day when I've got enough room and everything, I'll eventually build it and they'll all be able to coexist peacefully and all be able to live on it without me having to keep getting them out of boxes. That'd be a lovely thing. Right. That's all the cars prepared for the big freight train. They're going to put just two D51s on this. I want enough one to make it worthwhile. Got it. I'm rescuing a little coal truck. Nose bloody threatening. Another train, that's weird, isn't it? Like the little one, the C50 with its 3 coaches fitted, the C11 we just saw with its 2 coaches and 2 coal cars fitted, but this fits as well. It's strange how it can accommodate trains like this. I'll do a video of some zooming trains as a test video. Ah, nice! Yes, oh, hang on, I forgot one. Because, in fact, I'll start assembling this bit of it. Ah, no, calamity! No. You don't mess that up, boy. Right. I'll do that again. So there we are. Right. I'm pretty sure I could go around all night, Christopher. Thank you very much, Simon. So good I have many times. I don't think I'm being too overdramatic. I said that these trains have actually kept me alive, to be honest. Excellent. Forwards a bit so we get this back on there. Wait for the Yamaguchi to go past. You can see a class 68 we were trying to spend on Mark 5 for it today. Nice one. I actually quite like the 68s. Was it in that weird, is it the blue, silver and purple livery the Transpennine one, isn't it, I think? Some quite impressive power being arranged there on the depot line, as it were. Two D51s. Now what I'm going to do, so we don't have the trouble with this one derailing when it goes that way, is we're actually just going to run them out of the siding, and it will come round onto this straight, so that the rear one, this is the tender of this one, sitting on the straight here to couple. I'm just going to load the tram to the back of it and draw it forwards as need be. So did you get your headphones now, Andy? Then that's the next question then. 2 9Fs is the weirdest double header I've seen, for the purpose of 6 coaches with 2 9Fs on the front. That's the weirdest double header I've seen. The weirdest one I've seen in pictures from back in the day is for, again, the power of a Duchess class and a Britannia class, 8P plus 7MT at rugby. And that's also one I like to go, what? Right, so we'll get the C59's box ready for it. It will be nice for it to return to its box. It's been out for a little while now. I don't want it to get nasty. So, here we are, coming in. Well, no, part excellent. So we run a double header and we will run the Twilight. Should be a while there. And now he's misplaced his Fricks pick. No, he hasn't. Found it. There we go. That is a pretty odd combination. Again, why does the Dutch need a double header? God, it's no point keeping those down, are there? Swiss English traded by Cater was nice. Just waiting to see if Cater release any older livery Canadian Pacific locomotives. Have you looked at train tracks? Traintracks.co.uk, I think it is. It's where 90% of this, what you see in front of you, comes from. But he's a Cato specialist, so he's got the US stuff as well as the Swiss stuff. You probably already have looked there, but yeah, there might be something on there that suits the bill, unless they haven't done it at all yet. Right. On Aussie, folks, watch this space. The train has 2 shades of red. Oh, nice, yes. 2 shades of red, yes. Right, so here we are. Let's get the D51s out. Wow. Some model superpower there. Right, let's bring it down to a slow stop. What the hell is wrong with people? It's 11 o'clock at night, so naturally I'll start playing music loudly. DV600s. Ah, right. Blimey. That's quite a weird one. I don't want this as far back as possible, don't I? So I can... So it's going to be, initially, it's going to be the same as the other one. Oh. Right. Now the train gets drawn forwards. Let's assemble the rest of it. So, to these bands. You got the four-wheel stuff together, so we don't have trouble with the. Now I'm not going to run the container. The only thing I'm not going to run behind is the container wagons, because they would. Looked at the train tracks website. Have to wait. I do not wish to repaint such nice detailed locomotives. Ah, right. Because I want to try. I know the containers are steam era, but I'd like to try and keep them for the steam, for the electrics and the diesels. Just so there's separation, a bit more separation. There we are. First time ever for me. 2 D51s double heading. Oh wow. D51 200 and D51 893. Newly numbered. Oh wow. Sorry folks, I'm going to have to cancel the Twilight. This just looked too cool not to see going around more than a few times. Yeah, there's actually a gap between the back end disappearing and the front end appearing. Thank you, Anthony. But this thought was amazing in real life. So this is in model form. Yes, yes, I bet it was incredible in real life. Oh, I am completely in awe of that. There's even 2 different styles of tender I noticed as well. Classic series of British Steel Blue 6606 and 6B033. I have these in model form. Nina. Oh wow, nice one. Thank you very much, Andy. Thank you, Kieran. And thank you again, Anthony. Yeah, that. They're working perfectly in unison as well. That's cool, Kieran. It's awesome when you can do that. It's a bit like what Anthony does, isn't it? It just really makes my day, that does. It's been a bit of a shit day, really, one way or another. Oh, nice. That's cool. Well, back for 56XX is one of the very, very good models. Best reason to buy a locomotive? Alright, yes. The AX mainline models, those ones. I remember discovering mine was DCC ready. Not fitted, but ready. And I was like, oh wow, that's cool. Oh no, don't apologise at all, Simon. Don't worry about it, mate. I hope he's going to be okay. There's different styles. dynamo on it as well, just in front of the cab on the D51-200 leading. It's a much bigger affair on top of the boiler, and on the D51-893 it's a bit smaller and down to the side closest to us. 5658. Have you looked up where that worked in real life? Oh, blimey. He'd be wisest to. I don't know, I was asking if you looked it up on BR database. I was finding it interesting to find out how any of them worked. This one works on the Tokaido main line most of its life. As you see it there, it would have done anyway. I need to do more research on the one behind it. Oh no, I've not looked at it. Ah, okay. I've got to confess to you folks, though, there are two C62s on the way with both different styles, and there is another D51-200 on the way, because this one's back in its 70s, guys, and the one that's on its way will be for the Yamaguchi set. That service, so I've got both engines up for that service. Been something I've been meaning to do for a while, that was to replace this one, and see if 7 can go back into its box as well. Strange train I've seen is Class 47 on a steam magnesite train being banked by a Class 56 with an MGR train, and the 47 is not going fast enough and failed to climb. Failed to climb blanks going north out hot. Oh, blimey. So what do you have to do? What? Do I just push the whole off it? So then at next signal, presumably, they'd hold the 56 while the 47 got ahead again, I'd assume. Yeah, good luck with that. Oh dear, it's a shame when tempers get frayed to that point. Or whatever, you know, it's a shame. I've given you that view again so you can see the buildings and everything as well. I just wish you could all be here with me and see them for real like I am. And I'm actually down here on the floor. Hello! So I'm actually looking up at the layout, but it feels like I really sit. Nice, that's cool. That's what I love about doing research. You find all sorts of interesting little bits that you didn't originally know you were going to find out. Oh, it's very good, thank you, yes. It doesn't collapse on me, but it is sitting over there with bits on it. Because I had to get bits out of the way for them fitting the TV, so I could just move it all over to this end of the room at once. And it's just, yeah, it's a absolute pain in the backside, all this. And it's even more of a pain, it's got to wait till Wednesday to get it out of here. See you, Andy. Good night. Take care, mate. Thanks for coming in. Yes, I think I'm going to call it there anyway, folks, that one. I know it's been 2 hours. Cut it a bit early, but I'm just going to enjoy my train running around. I know you guys... if I could mute the microphone, I would keep it running for you folks. Because couldn't put it here. Thanks for it, son. Yeah, it is tempting to bring them up and go, do you know what, cancel the collection and I'll find someone to put it up. It is a shame, it's just sat there. You know. But thanks, Simon, I do appreciate that. As I say, if it was a stand, I could build a stand. I can build stands, that's fine. It's this business of, because it's plasterboard wall and everything, I just want it put up properly, you know, as it were. Yeah. Oh, nice one, Kieran. But yeah, so if I can mute the microphone, I just leave it running for you guys just to watch trains and dip in and out of when you wanted to. But alas, nay, I can't do that. But anyway, yeah. Thinking Monday, possibly Tuesday. One of those 2 days. Era 6, folks. It'll be 10 o'clock. Okay. 10 o'clock, Monday or Tuesday. Either here or maybe on YouTube. I will let you know before that. So Anthony, basically, I'll let you know before that. Because the others, I think Simon and I talk to quite regularly anyway. But I will put some on Facebook with a link and everything. Yes, there'll be something for Euro 6, folks. Something rather special. We're talking Twilight Express levels of special. You know, and I shall merely leave you. Leave you merely with this. Who's ever heard before? I just reset notifications to go one now. Excellent. Who's heard of an engaged train that has a grand piano in it?